Today, I'm here to help you explore Jamboard. Jamboard is a digital interactive whiteboard that lets you visualize your ideas and collaborate in real time. Today, we will be looking at how we can use the features offered by Jamboard for a character analysis. But first, to have access to Jamboard, you need a Google account. So, make sure you have that. Now, to create your own board, simply click on the plus icon. What you will see is a blank template. The first step would be to name your Jamboard. Now, since we're doing a character analysis of the tortoise from the story of the tortoise and the hare, I can just name it Jamming with the Tortoise. Okay, now let's say I want to include a picture of the tortoise to make it more appealing. Let's say I go here to add image. You have multiple options. You can upload an image from your own device. You can use a link. You can use your webcam, you can use Google Images, Google Drive, or Google Photos. Let's say I want to add from my own device. I simply click on Browse. Let's say I want to add this image. Okay, it gets added. You can resize it according to your wish. Let's say I resize it. And now I want this jam to be about the traits and characteristics of the tortoise. Let's say I add a text box. I place it here. But I want this to be the heading. So let's say I use title. So I put traits here. You can even play with the colors. You can make it blue, red, or whatever color that is offered here. Let's say I use the color green. Now I want to write the traits of the tortoise, but I want it to be very visually appealing. So what I can do is I can simply take a sticky note from here. Let's say I want the color to be pink. Now, the first trait that comes to my mind is persistent. So I write here persistent. And in the bracket, I write did not give up despite knowing that it is slower than the hare. You save the sticky note, you can move it, and you can resize it. Let's say I put it here. Now I want to add one more trait. I use another sticky note, but this time I change the color to blue. Let's say the other trait that I want to mention is characteristics, like steady. So I write steady, maintains a consistent speed, and does not let itself get distracted. Save it. Now you can move it and paste it next to the other trait. Similarly, you can add as many traits as you want. Now, this is a jam for traits. Let's say you want another jam. You simply create a frame, and let's say this jam is about development and growth of the tortoise. So I simply go to shapes here. I add a bar because I want it to be like a timeline since we're focusing on development and growth. You can change the color and the border. So I change the border to white and I fill the color pink. Now I want to mark the first event. So I use the pen and I use the color blue. I mark the first event here. And let's say I use a sticky note and write overcoming doubts. And I write my rationale. Despite the doubts of others, tortoise participates in the race. Let's say this is the first significant event of the story. You can enlarge it. Now, I want to add another significant event. Let's say the next significant event in the growth and the development of the tortoise is the tortoise gaining self confidence. And I write, as the race progresses, the tortoise gains confidence in its ability to win. Right? Now you add it here. Similarly, you can add other frames and other events within the timeline. But wait, we forgot to name it, right? So we use a text box and we title it Development and Growth. You can also centrally align it by selecting the text and clicking on Central Alignment. Now you can add another event here. Let's say you want another frame that talks about the significance of the character to the theme of the story. You can simply create a frame. You can add images, sticky notes, text box. You can use the pen and you can even use the eraser if you think you made a mistake. So, this is how you use the features offered by Jamboard to create a simple character analysis.